And welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another weekend review. We're reviewing all of the Premier League and Championship action over the weekend, starting off on Saturday lunchtime with Burnley 1, Arsenal 1. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gave Arsenal lead in the 6th minute before one of the most comical goals you'll ever see in the 39th minute. Chris Wood just hitting his face and going in after a Xhaka clearance that went straight into his face. Arsenal. Oh dear. But anyway, this was a good point for Burnley, I would say. Arsenal really not that great to have any hope of making Europe, and I think that's looking rather unlikely at the moment, to be honest. Finished Sheffield United 0, Southampton 2 at Bramall Lane. A penalty from James Ward-Prowse and Che Adams with a wonder strike sealed the win for Southampton. That's a huge win for Southampton. Just leaves any worries of relegation. Hopefully this can be the turning point of their form, because they've been on an awful run of form. Sheffield United, I think they're as good as relegated here now. They were quite poor. I just can't see any chance of them staying up, really, to be honest. It finished Aston Villa 0, Wolves 0 at Villa Park. An interesting game, this. Probably not a lot to call between the two sides, really. Villa in ninth now, and I'm starting to worry about their European ambitions. It's not really looking too great for them, really, if we're being honest. Wolves in 12th. Same with them. I think both sides are just really playing out the season. Villa do have a glimmer of hope, but I think it's probably unlikely. Brighton 1, Leicester 2 was the score at the Amex. A goal from Adam Lallana in the 10th minute. Great to see him on the score sheet. Gave Brighton the lead before goals from Kelechi Iheanacho and Daniel Amati. Who'd have thought that? Minutes after, Leicester should have had a penalty. Sealed the win for Leicester. Big win for Leicester. Gives them that gap in the top four again, because that was starting to evaporate really with their dodgy run of form. So that's huge for them. As for Brighton, with Fulham's result, they're in serious relegation harm. West Brom 0, Newcastle 0 was the score at the Hawthorns on Sunday lunchtime. Really not a lot to say about this game. I would say two sides who I would say probably look championship quality, really. If someone had showed me this game without any context, I probably would have said this was a championship game, because it was really just not good at all. And Newcastle, with Fulham's win, they're under serious pressure now. West Brom, like Sheffield United, I think they're as good as down. Liverpool 0, Fulham 1 was the score at Anfield. Lamina was the goal in the 45th minute, and to be honest, it's no less than Fulham deserved. They were outstanding in the first half, probably should have scored before that, and defended for their lives in the second half. Some brilliant clearances, just incredible. But Liverpool, they're really in a spot of bother. I just can't see them getting Champions League football now, and I think Klopp will go in the season, to be honest. It finished Manchester City 0, Manchester United 2 at the Etihad. A goal from Bruno Fernandes in the 2nd minute. After I put on my Super 6, it'd be 0-0, so isn't that bloody brilliant? And Luke Shaw in the 50th minute. Crucial win for Manchester United. A bit like Leicester, alleviates any worries of dropping out the top four. So that's a big win for them. As for Man City, they're still going to win the title. Hopefully it's just a blip.
It finished Tottenham 4, Crystal Palace 1 on Sunday, and a fairly comfortable win for Tottenham, as they look to rediscover their form, really. Bale with a brace and Kane with a brace with the goals for Tottenham. Benteke equalised just before half-time, but Spurs are outstanding in the second half. A wonder goal from Harry Kane, and they're really looking in a good position. They were outstanding at times here, and you never know, but I think a top 4 push now could possibly on for Tottenham, with stuttering form from the likes of Leicester. So it could be interesting. Moving on to Monday now, and it finished Chelsea 2, Everton 0, at Stamford Bridge. Ben got through with an own goal. Kai Havertz had a goal disallowed in the 54th minute before Jorginho in the 65th minute sealed the win for Chelsea. Chelsea were really good here. It was so good to see Kai Havertz back in his favoured position in the middle, because he looked so good here. Everton weren't great, and it puts their top 4 hopes in a little bit of pain, but oh well. They're still having a great season. Great win for Chelsea. West Ham 2, Leeds 0 was the score at West Ham's stadium. Roberts and Bamford had 2 goals disallowed, probably correctly. Maybe Roberts is contentious, but before Jesse Lingard's goal from the spot after a rebound, and Craig Dawson with the goal just a few minutes after that, seeing them with West Ham pretty comfortable, and what season they're having, Leeds poor.
Finished Huddersfield 0, Cardiff 0 on Friday night, and yeah, game of few chances you'd have to say, but I would say Huddersfield were probably the better side. They did have a few really good chances, including a Yaya Sanogo penalty miss in the 74th minute. Great way to make your debut, except for that he did play quite well, to be fair to him. But yeah, Huddersfield will be really frustrated. They should have won this. CN 18th, I think they'll probably be okay. As for Cardiff, they'll be really disappointed. Play like that and they won't get in the playoffs. And plus, Watford won, Forest 0 was the score at Vicarage Road on Saturday lunchtime. Crucial win for Watford and takes them into the top 2 now. Yeah, of course, because Swansea and Brentford have games in hand, but still nice for them to be in the top 2 for a few days at least, I suppose. But yeah, really big win. Goal came from a slight mistake from Bryce Samba. 2 defeats on the trot for Forest now. I think it's just a blip. I've seen enough from them. Barnsley 2, Birmingham 0 was the score at Oakwell. Barnsley 1, and it was an absolute peach of a goal from Daryl Dyke in the 49th minute. He's turned out to be a great signing, and if Barnsley could get him on a permanent transfer, that'd be brilliant, because he's made a huge impact since coming into the side, and that's 8 wins on the trot now for Barnsley. Incredible run of form. Who'd have had them being in the playoffs? Birmingham, though, still deep in relegation trouble. It finished Bristol City 0, QPR 2 at Ashton Gate. Goals from Elias Chair and Rob Dickey in the first half sealed the win for QPR. And yeah, it's a big win for them because they've been on a bit of an iffy patch recently. But yeah, I think they're just probably playing out the season now. Really, I don't think they've got much chance of really doing anything. As for Bristol City, the new manager bounce is definitely worn off, and they've gone back to Dean Holden. Bristol City, they really do need to sort it out. Really, Coventry 1, Derby 0 was the score in a huge game at the bottom of the Championship. The game came through Biamu in the 11th minute, and to be honest, Coventry and Derby, they were both really poor here. It's just that Coventry took the one chance that Derby gave them, and Derby didn't really. But yeah, Coventry now got a 6-point gap, as did Derby, but I think if they both play like this, they could still be sucked into it. But to be honest, I think both will probably be okay this season. It finished Millwall 0, Blackburn 2 at the Den. A goal from Bradley Dack in the 18th minute and Sam Gallagher in the 79th minute sealed the win for Blackburn, and what a huge win this was for them on a really dodgy run of form recently. So yeah, that will definitely give them a massive confidence booster. As for Millwall, they'll be disappointed really, because they've been on a good run of form. They're not going to get in the playoffs or anything, but I suppose they just want to keep the momentum going, which unfortunately they failed to do here. Norwich 3, Luton 0 was the score at Carrow Road. Goals from Timu Pukki in the first half and Todd Cantwell in the second half sealed the win for Norwich. And yeah, they were outstanding here. Won 7 in a row, promoted to the Premier League quite comfortably. So just really positive for them. And it's great to see Pukki back in form really after such a dodgy spell earlier in the season. Luton, they were just second best all over the park. Preston 1, Bournemouth 1 was the score at Deepdale. A goal from Dan Juma in the 37th minute gave Bournemouth the lead before Johnson equalised in the 70th minute, and Preston hold on. For me, Bournemouth, they really can't afford to be dropping points like this. Preston aren't on a great run at the moment, and yeah, this is a game that they had to be targeting to get the win. They were outstanding in the first half, but just invited pressure on them in the second. Looking a bit dodgy for their playoff position now. Reading 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0 was the score at the Medeski Stadium. Reading's job was made a whole lot easier when Julian Borner was sent off in the 29th minute, and I really enjoyed his Hulk Hogan rip his shirt off when he got sent off. Elise converted the penalty, Jow back on the score sheet in the 65th minute, and Yad on with a rare goal in the 88th minute to seal the 3 points for Reading. And after a dodgy run of form, they're definitely back on track now, and I think they will make the playoffs. Wednesday all but down. Stoke 2, Wickham 0 was the score at the Bet365 Stadium. A goal from Norrington Davis in the 64th minute and Sutar in the 69th minute gave Stoke the win, and to be honest, they definitely deserved it here. They were outstanding, back to their best. Wickham, if they weren't relegated before this game, they definitely are now. I would say pretty much along with Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think either of them have got any hope of staying up. Stoke, probably the playoffs are too far for them. Swansea 2, Middlesbrough 1 was the score at the Liberty Stadium. Andre Ayew gave Swansea the goal in the 40th minute. Borough then had a ridiculous goal disallowed before Morsey thought he gained Middlesbrough a point in stoppage time before Ayew in the 97th minute scored from the spot. And we need to have a long, hard discussion about referees, because this was bloody awful. How can you give a corner and then change your mind in the 97th minute? You have to be 100% certain. I don't know, and that goal was just a joke. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.